So students, let others join. Uh, Only 4 students have joined right now. So let at least half of the class join and then we'll start, okay? Okay, students, so by the time others join, I have a question for you. So my question is, what do you understand by prozymes or zymogens? What do you understand by that? So just let me know. Just raise your hands. Students, my question is, what do you understand by proenzymes or the zymogens? We have just understood this concept in the previous class. Yes, Namrita.
So they are inactive enzymes.
Namrita, you are not audible
So,
properly.
so they are inactive enzymes. I,
They are
they are inactive enzymes.
okay. Okay, so my another question is, in a complement system, when a complement protein is broken down into two components, how do we name them? Which one is bigger, which one is smaller? So how do we name the two fragments?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you make all of us attendee? So, someone is removing me.
Mm, how to do that?
I know how to do. So, can I do?
Yes, yes, go ahead. I'm trying, but so the mic is allowed for all the attendees, camera is allowed, reactions are allowed.
Okay, sir. So someone made me an attendee, and I can't do that.
So you are audible, but
Yes, sir. I'm audible.
so is it okay now? Because I can
Yes, sir.
see,
Yes, sir.
yes, I can see you in the attendee list now.
Yes, sir. Now
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. So students, my question was in the complement system. So when your proenzyme is broken down into two compartments, so how do we name them? Yes, Manaswini, go ahead.
Um, so the most common way of naming them is the smaller fragment will be named as A and the larger fragment will be termed B. So let's say the enzyme is C3, then C3A will be the smaller fragment and the larger fragment will be C3B.
Okay, and any exception?
C2 is an exception,
Yes.
C2A is the larger fragment.
Yes. So students, whenever you are drawing this complement pathway, you have to be very careful that when it comes to C2, you have to make C2A as the bigger fragment and C2B as the smaller fragment. Okay? Okay. So students, my another question is uh, which scientist made the initial observations about the complement system? Which scientist made the initial observations about the complement system? Anyone? Okay, I can see Shakti. Okay, Shakti, yes.
Yes, sir, it was Jules bought it.
Okay. And then which scientist termed the word complement?
Should I tell?
Let me see if any other hand is being raised.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, apart from Namrita, anyone else? I want the students who are mostly inactive to be active. Because see, you all know that in your class there are only 3 or 4 students who give answers, right? And then there are 16 or 17 who are not involved in this interaction process. Okay, yes, Yuvraj, go ahead.
Sir, Paul Enrich.
Yes, so Paul Eldridge, he also did similar experiments to what Jules Baudet did, okay, and then he termed this as complement, okay. Okay, my next question is, what are the different functions of this complement system? What are the different functions? So students, my hint is I showed you a slide where different functions were shown. in a figure?
Lysis, opsonization.
Yes, so one of the function is lysis, another one is opsonization.
So activation of inflammatory response and clearance of immune complexes.
Yes, so these are the main functions of the complement system. So one of them is lysis, right? Because you want the pathogen which has entered into the body to be killed, okay? And that is done by the complement system. Another is opsonization, right? So that is basically the phagocytosis process. Okay, so when a pathogen is phagocytized, it is again killed. Okay, so when suppose a bacteria, it is taken up by a macrophage. So the macrophage has the machinery to kill the pathogen. Okay, and this we will discuss when we will discuss about macrophages in detail. So we will see what is the mechanism of the macrophages by which it kills a pathogen. Okay, so opsonization again becomes very important because that will lead to the killing of the pathogen. Okay, next is inflammation. Inflammatory response again is very important because that gives a message to the whole immune system that something has gone wrong, right? So when there is an attack, okay, from the pathogen, the there is inflammation, and when there is inflammation, it means the whole system is active. Now inflammation when happens, it gives signal to the cells to get activated, to be ready. So it will give the signals to all the components what to do, how to do, right, when to do. So everything, the system gets activated. Okay, and then clearance of immune complexes. So in your body, immune complexes are formed, and again, I think you understand what is immune complex. It is basically an complex of antigen and antibody, right? So in your blood, there may be a lot of pathogens, okay, which have entered. So antibodies will go and bind to those antigens, right? So in your circulation, there will be a lot of immune complexes roaming. Okay, so those immune complexes also have to be removed from the system, and this is again done by the complement system. Okay, so these are the functions of the complement system. Okay, so let me share the slides now. Okay, so we have seen this. Okay, lysis, opsonization, activation of inflammatory response, and the clearance of immune complexes. Okay, agar time hua, so we may also discuss this in detail later. Okay, so this again we have discussed that classical pathway, it begins with the formation of antigen antibody complex. Okay, and therefore this is the only pathway which is dependent on antibody. Okay, so this is antibody dependent pathway. Okay, whereas alternative pathway and lectin pathway, they are antibody independent pathways, right? This again we have discussed that most components are proenzymes or zymogens, and they are inactive until they are proteolytically cleaved. Okay, and when they are cleaved, then what happens? It exposes the active site of the enzyme so that next protein can bind to it and the reaction can take place. Okay, Mostly the larger fragment is termed as B, the smaller one as A, with the exception of C2. Okay, larger fragment will, uh, so wherever this complement pathway get activated, right, the larger fragment will remain near the target site, okay, whereas smaller fragment will diffuse away and do its function at some other place, right? So coming to complement activation, so as I said, the initiation of the three pathways is different. Okay, classical pathway, it gets initiated in a different way. It needs to see an antibody before it gets activated. Then there is alternative pathway which has a different way by which it gets initiated, and MBL pathway gets initiated in a totally different way, right? So the early steps in formation of C5b can be by three different pathways. Okay, so as I said, uh, it gets initiated by different pathways, but the later steps of the pathway are common. Okay, and in the final steps of this classical complement pathway, so ultimately what happens from different pathways, uh, it leads to formation of C5b. Okay, so either it is complement or alternative or lectin pathway. Okay, all the three pathways will by different ways reach to a stage for the formation of C5b. Okay, it's just like, just imagine, uh, you have to go to, suppose, uh, Amity campus, Gurgaon, okay, for your military training, right? Now, one student is coming from South Delhi, right? Another student is coming from North Delhi. Another student is coming from Central University, right? So they are coming from three different routes. Okay, initiation is different. Okay, method is different. So one is coming by cycle, one is coming by car, another one is coming by helicopter. Okay, but they all three are coming to a common point, which is your Amity, Noida. Okay, and from there they go in one direction. All the three go in the same direction and reach to their final destination, which is Amity University, Gurgaon. Right, I hope with this example it's clear to you that it's, it may be complement pathway, it may be alternative pathway, it may be lectin pathway. Their initiation is different, as I showed in one of the slides, right? But at one point, which is a common point, is the C5b. Okay, so all the three pathways by different route reach to a point of formation of C5b. Okay, and from C5b, all the three pathways follow the same route to the formation of MAC. Okay, now this MAC is membrane attack complex. Okay, so this is membrane, so attack complex. So a complex is made which attacks the membrane, right? So we just, if you just see this word and go in the backward direction, so a complex which attacks the membrane. Okay, and this is called as membrane attack complex, MAC, right? So this is the end point, right? So complement, alternative, MBL pathway, they get initiated by different means. They reach to a point of C5b. Okay, and from here they all the three pathways follow the same route, okay, same proteins, everything same, and lead to the formation of MAC. Clear? Students, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start with this classical pathway. Okay, so complement activation by this pathway begins with the formation of soluble antigen antibody complex. And what is this antigen antibody complex called as? It is also called as students, antigen antibody complex is also called as I think I have discussed this term a lot of times. In the previous class also I discussed this thing. So it is also called as immune complex, right? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the classical pathway, it begins uh, with the formation of antigen antibody complex. So suppose, and students also, if you have to understand this pathway, you have to first listen carefully, okay, and you'll also need to imagine while I am telling you, right? Because this is very, so if you're not able to imagine how it is going on, then it becomes very difficult to understand, okay? क्योंकि मैं तो सिर्फ बोल दूंगा एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी बनना है, बट देन इट शुड बी देयर इन योर माइंड, ओके, some pathogen has entered and antibody, it has gone and bind to the epitope, and that was the whole reason why I started with antigen, why I talked about different epitopes, why I talked about antibodies, okay? So now it should be in your mind that okay, some antigen has come and the antibody is bound to it, and this is the antigen antibody complex, okay? Now when this happens, this will lead to complement system activation. So let's see what happens. So with binding of antibody to antigen, ओके, सो इसमें क्या हो रहा है, एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स बनना है. सो विद बाइंडिंग ऑफ एंटीबॉडी, राइट, टू एंटीजन on a suitable target like a bacterial cell, okay? So here in this case we are saying that there is a bacterial cell, उसके ऊपर specific epitope है on which the antibody is bound, okay? And if you remember, while talking about antibodies, I said that IgM and certain subclasses of immunoglobulin G, your IgG1, 2 and 3, they are good in activating the classical pathway, right? Initial stage of activation involves C1, C2, C3 and C4, which are present in plasma in functionally inactive form, right? So as I have already explained that these proteins are present in their inactive form, okay? So simple words में, there has to be a bacteria, okay, on which some antibody has to bind, okay? And which would be these antibodies? So IgM, which is the best activator of the complement pathway, followed by some subclasses of immunoglobulin G, right? And the initial molecules like the complement protein 1 C1, complement protein 2 C2. ठीक है, हम इनको ऐसे बोलते हैं. So we just say it as C1, C2, C3, C4. C stands for complement. Okay, so complement protein 1, complement protein 2, 3 and 4. So C1, C2, C3, C4, they are present in our blood in their inactive form. Okay. Now, complexing of antibody with antigen induces conformational changes in the Fc portion of IgM. Okay, so what happens? You have this antigen. On this antigen, antibody has bound. Okay, and because of this binding, okay, the Fc region of the antibody, there is a change, there is a conformational change. The shape of the antibody, it changes. Okay, and where that change takes place, it takes in the Fc portion of immunoglobulin M. Right? इस conformation change से क्या होता है? Now this conformation, it exposes the binding site for the C1 component. Okay, तो complement का जो पहला प्रोटीन है वो तभी बाइंड कर पाएगा जब एंटीजन पे एंटीबॉडी बाइंड करेगी, right? Because when antibody binds to antigen, there is a conformation change in the antibody, right? So just imagine वो जो उसका ये तुम्हारा बैक्टीरिया है, इस पे एंटीबॉडी आके बाइंड की और एफसी रीजन में एक कंफर्मेशन चेंज हुआ. ओके, इस कंफर्मेशन चेंज की वजह से a site is exposed where the first complement protein can come and bind, right? So अगर मैं इसको explain करूं,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, I think you have not presented your screen. Nothing is visible.
Okay, just hold on. Okay, मैं अभी I'll just draw and explain you, okay, so that it becomes easier to understand. Okay, so suppose this is your antigen. Okay, मैंने क्या कहा था, एंटीजन पे बाइंड करेगी एंटीबॉडी. ओके, so this is your immune complex. Okay, this is your bacterial cell. On this bacterial cell, antibody binds. Okay, and when this binding takes place, there is a conformation change in the Fc region. Okay, जब ये conformation change होगा, then what happens? The first complement protein, okay, it can come and bind to the okay. So this is your C1, complement protein 1. Okay, so students, you can see this is your bacteria. Okay, this is your antibody. Okay, so this is your immune complex or antigen antibody complex. Okay, and because of this binding, there is conformation change in the Fc portion of antibody that allows the first protein the C1 protein of the complement pathway to bind to it. Okay, clear? Is pointer clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so this we have discussed. The पहले जो दो point हैं, this we have discussed, right? So main thing is conformation change in the Fc portion of IgM, and this conformation change allows the C1 to bind to the Fc portion of IgM, right? Now let's see the first protein of the complement pathway, which is your C1. Okay, ये थोड़ा सा complicated as compared to others. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, because it's a macromolecular complex. ठीक है, ये simple सा नहीं है. It's a macromolecular complex which consists of three different components. Okay, one is your C1Q. Okay, two molecules each of C1R and C1S. Okay, and they're held together in a complex which we write as C1Q R2S2. Okay, which is stabilized by calcium ions. Okay, so जब हम C1 की बात कर रहे हैं, it's a complex जिसमें different proteins साथ में हैं. Okay, और वो कौन कौन से हैं? So you again just need to remember this. So we are talking about the C1 protein. Okay, and it is composed of one molecule of Q. Okay, two molecules of R. So we just need to put 2 here, and 2 molecules of S. Okay, so this whole complex means C1. Okay, so if I tell you C1, then it means we are talking about this whole complex. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so C1Q is composed of 18 polypeptide chains that associate to form 6 collagen-like triple helical arms. Don't worry, I will show you the picture of C1, so it will be clear. So here we are just talking about this Q. Okay, just talking about this C1Q. It is composed of 18 polypeptide chain that forms 6 collagen-like triple helical arms. Okay, and the tips of C1Q, they bind to exposed C1Q binding site on CH2 domain of antibody. ये ध्यान से समझ लो. So now again just remember in your mind the structure of antibody. Okay, उसमें CH1 domain, CH2 domain, CH3 domain, right? Now where is your CH2 domain? Below the disulfide bond, right? So the head of मुझे नहीं पता, डॉक्टर कार्तिकेयन को आया होगा अगर आया होगा. Okay, students, so ये जो C1Q मॉलिक्यूल है, इसका जो टिप है, that binds to CH2 domain. Okay, and I will show you the picture so it will be clear to you. Okay, so I think you can see this image. Okay, so as I said, collagen like triple helix, so it is like this. Okay, and there are 6 arms or 6 heads, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is your C1Q. Okay, and if you see it here in this image, it looks like a flower bouquet, right? So you can see it has C1Q, 2 molecules of R and 2 molecules of S, right? So this is your C1 macromolecule. Clear? Any question related to this? Is the structure of C1 macromolecule clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's the same thing as I said, C1Q plus 2 molecules of C1R plus 2 molecules of C1S. They together makes C1 molecule. Okay. Okay. So C1 molecule binds by its C1Q globular heads. Okay, so you can see this is the globular head of C1Q. Okay, so we are talking about these head, and these head will interact with, where will they interact? Students? Where will C1 bind?
So IgM, the antibody.
Yes, so this will bind to the antibody. Okay, it can be IgM, it could be IgG, any class of IgG. Okay, but it will specifically bind to the CH2 domain of antibody. Okay, clear? Okay. So C1 molecule binds by its C1Q globular heads, and at least 2 Fc sites are required for stable C1 antibody interaction, right? So if there are 2 Fc regions, okay, so then there is a more stable interaction, okay. Circulating IgM exists in planar configuration in which C1Q binding sites are not exposed. Okay. Now, students, again, I hope you remember the IgM. Okay. So when it is in circulation, it is in a planar configuration, right? So I don't know how to explain this, but suppose this is your IgM antibody. It is in a plane configuration. It is flat. It is plane. Okay, and in that case, the C1Q binding sites are not exposed. Okay, so if IgM is in its planar configuration, C1Q will not bind to it. Okay, as I said, when IgM will bind to the antigen, there will be a conformation change. Okay, so but when pentameric IgM is bound to antigen on a target surface, it assumes a staple configuration in which 3 binding sites for C1Q are exposed. Okay, so let me just explain this. So suppose this is a pentamer of IgM. Okay, now if it is in circulation, it is in its planar configuration, but when this pentamer will bind to the pathogen surface, now just imagine this is your pathogen surface, right? Now when this comes and binds to it, it will bind like this. Okay, अभी तक plain था, but क्योंकि ये अपने tip से bind करेगा, so it will change its conformation. Okay, now it is not flatly attaching, it is changing its shape and binding. Now this change of shape, okay, it exposes the site where C1Q can come and bind. Okay, and for this reason circulating IgM cannot activate the complement cascade by itself. Okay, so ऐसा नहीं है कि IgM घूम रहा है तो वो complement system को activate करता रहेगा, नहीं, because the site where C1Q will bind is not exposed. It gets exposed only once the antibody they bind to an antigen. Okay, and just for your imagination, you can just imagine that this is a planar configuration. Okay, and when it binds, it assumes another shape, and because of this, a site is exposed where now C1Q can come and bind through its globular head. Okay, clear? Any questions? Any confusion? हम इसको clear करते चलेंगे. If you have any question, you can discuss. Okay, in the meantime, let me have attendance. You can relax, you can think. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, Adish.
Present, sir.
Okay, Atoiba.
Present, sir.
Okay, Ayushi.
Present, sir.
Sam.
Present, sir.
Devanshi. Devanshi. Ishita.
Present, sir.
Janvi.
Present, sir.
Kshitij.
Present, sir.
Manaswani.
Present, sir.
Namrita.
Present, sir.
Okay. Nandini.
Present, sir.
Okay. Nehal.
Present, sir.
Rupal. Rupal. Okay, Sahiba.
Present, sir.
Okay, Sanjana. Okay, Shakti.
Present, sir.
Shivani.
Present.
Present, sir.
Tanvi,
Present, sir.
Tridiv, Tridiv, Vivek,
Present, sir.
Vivek, you are not visible.
Sir, what about now?
Yes, okay. Yukta, and Yuvraj. Okay. So students, this complement pathway, this is very interesting. अभी तो story शुरू हुई है. Okay. So अभी तो इसमें बहुत कुछ होना है. And ultimately it will lead to the formation of MAC. Okay. So any questions अभी तक?
No, sir.
Okay, so my question is, what is MAC? Just raise your hands. What is MAC? Okay. Yes, Manaswini?
So it's a membrane attack complex.
Yes, it's membrane attack complex. Okay. Students, my next question is, what is the composition of C1 complement protein? What is the composition of C1Q? No, only of C1.
So it contains one subunit of C1Q and two subunits of C1R and two of C1S.
Yes. Okay, my next question is, why C1, it cannot bind to circulating IgM, right? IgM is there, C1 is there, but they cannot interact. Why? You got my question?
So because of its structure, it's planar. That's why it
Yes.
cannot bind to the FC region.
Yes, so because of its structure, okay, the site is not exposed where C1 can bind, okay. Okay, now my question is, C1 binds to antibody by which region? Which part of C1 will bind to the antibody?
FC region.
नहीं, FC रीजन तो एंटीबॉडी पे होगा. मैं कह रहा हूँ जो C1 है उसका which part will bind to the antibody? Okay, let me show you the picture. I think then you will be able to answer this.
Is it C1Q?
Huh?
Is it C1Q?
Which part of C1Q?
So the tip or globular light.
Yes, so the globular heads, they bind to antibody. And my next question is, which part of antibody? Antibody is a big structure. It has so many domains. Which part of antibody will the heads bind to? Yes. Okay, let me be more specific. To which domain of antibody the C1Q head will bind?
Sir, can I answer?
Yes.
It binds to the CH2 domain.
Yes. Okay. So students, I think in the next 3 or 4 classes, we will be talking about this complement pathway. So just go back and read antibodies again. Okay. And whenever we are in this class, also try to imagine. Okay. I will definitely show you videos in the end. But while this, because see, what I'm trying is, I'm trying to make a pathway, okay? And I'm explaining you step 1, step 2, steps 3, okay? So to know exactly, you also need to imagine, okay, एक प्रोटीन आया, वो एंटीबॉडी के साथ बाइंड किया, एंटीबॉडी का कंफर्मेशन चेंज हुआ, उसकी वजह से दूसरा आया, फिर तीसरा आया. So you need to imagine also, okay? Then it will be very easy for you to follow this pathway, okay? So students, with this, okay students, I'm ending the class. See you in the next class. Again, we will discuss this classical pathway, okay? And again, I will start with the students. You need to explain me, only then I will move forward. Otherwise, you won't be able to understand the whole pathway, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, students. Okay.
Thank you, sir.